Hello YouTube, my name is Jack, welcome back to Barnyard Wargaming and another tournament in review. This time instead of taking demons, I've swapped out a little bit and I've taken Aeldari, the Azuliani, the Craft Worlds, the Aeldari to a tournament. Fun fact, originally I was an Aeldari player. I've been playing Aeldari for 15 years and they are my original OG faction. But this channel and its growth and everything has been really demon centric as of late because I've just really enjoyed playing demons in 10th edition. But for this tournament, we're getting back onto the Aeldari train with all the releases set to come out in January, with the new Phoenix Lords on the way as well, all the new Aspect Warriors. They were my favorite part about playing the Aeldari faction as well. And so while we wait, we're gonna play some stuff that no one's ever done before, and we're gonna do Corsair Pirate Aeldari, all in transports. As you can see before me, I'm gonna talk to you about my list. We're gonna head over to the tournament and we'll see how we go, and then we'll come back and talk about how the list went and how it works. And as a bit of a disclaimer, this tournament is only a bit of a small tournament. It was only 18 players, 3 rounds, just an RTT at a local game store. Now, when I say it like that, it means that there's not really a whole lot of great players there. A lot of people just starting, and that was true for the most part. But there was also, I would say, 4 or 5 Team New South Wales players there, including the captain of Team New South Wales. So some really, really strong competition at this event, some insanely good players. Oh, and I'm forgetting, of course, before that, please go check out all of our sponsors down below. We have commission painting services. We offer coaching services as well. If you want to get any coaching, we have 3 different tiers, a casual, a mid tier, and a high tier for all of your coaching services needs as well. Our TTS tournaments will be starting back up in February. The Discord is free to join down below as well. And we've got loads of different things, mats, terrain, and all that good stuff down below. So definitely go check it out. Support us in making more videos for you. It really, really does help us out. And also like and subscribe, it's free, you know, you may as well stick around, join in, have a good time. And stay tuned for the 7th of December because we're doing a charity live stream. So get involved in the charity live stream on the 7th. And now we can take a look at the list. So as Scary would say, and here is 2,000 points of Aeldari. This is what I took to the tournament. As you can see, there is a lot of tanks. It's 6 transports. So let's go left to right and I'll tell you what I took in order, and then I'll tell you kind of how it works. So starting over this side, we have 3 Wave Serpents. They will have the twin-linked Bright Lance and a Shuriken Cannon. Some people say the Lance isn't worth it because you want more rerolls from the twin-linked, but I say it is because Aeldari with their reroll a hit and a wound, you can use the twin-linked for reroll wound here and then use the reroll wound for the Shuriken. So I think it's actually pretty damn strong. A single shot weapon with D6 plus 2 damage. That's a lot of firepower. They also kick out the Mortals once per game on a 2-up, and a battle shock test, which is not an attack as well. So you can actually get really sneaky with that, turning off stratagem use. Only OC2, which is a bit weird for such a big vehicle. Should probably be 3, but that's okay, I'll allow it. And moving on to the troops, we have 4 units of 5 Corsairs. Now, I'm sorry, this army is in a bit of a state of disrepair. It's not fully painted yet. I kind of just got them battle ready to see how they went and test them out a bit. But I do love these models, the little kill team Corsairs. They're so cool, so unique. In every unit, there is a guy with a blaster in the back there. And then we also have a leader who has a 4-up invon, a power sword, and still carries a rifle as well. So it's 8 rifle shots. They get reroll hits against units on objectives, otherwise they reroll 1s. And then they also have the blaster in the back, which is strength 8, yes, but assault, range 18, D6 plus 1 damage at AP 4. It's really good with the reroll hits and the rerolling a wound. Very, very nice. They also, of course, have grenades. The downside is that they don't have Strands of Fate. So they actually cannot use Fate dice, but still really good for 60 points, and they are OC2. They give Scout 7 to the Wave Serpents as well. So I've got 2 units of 5 in each of my Wave Serpents here. Really, really nice tech. Moving over to the Corsair Void Scarred, the non-battle line unit. Now this is a kill team, which means that they have a blank damage every turn. They get a ignore cover bonus as well. They have a 4-up invon on the leader. They will join Yvrain, who gives a 5-up Feel No Pain. And also they have, on a 2-up, they heal D3 models in the command phase as well. Going in my 3rd Wave Serpent, they still give the Scout, even though Yvrain doesn't have it because they got fixed. And on top of that, this unit is just really, really, really nasty to kill. I give them the 2 shredders. They've got a fusion pistol, they've got an executioner, they've got a ranger rifle, they've got a wraith cannon in there as well. It's just lots and lots and lots of shots and lots of attacks in melee each. For some reason, these Corsairs have 3 attacks in melee each, which makes them really strong against like small chaff. I don't really understand why, but I'll allow it. And so when you really boil it down, I mean, imagine you shoot this unit and they don't phantasm away from you, which is very possible, they can still do that. If they don't phantasm away and you actually can see them and shoot them, they'll most likely get cover, which means they have a 4-up save with cover. If you're AP 0, they'll go to a 3-up save. They can do things like go to ground and whatnot, of course, as well, but they can be -1 to hit with lightning fast reactions. Now, if you shoot this unit and you don't intend to kill them all, and you actually, don't dedicate enough firepower to them, then they can continually roll their invulnerable save on the leader and just take 4-ups over and over and over and over and over. And then if you get them through, they can take 5-up feel no pains over and over and over until that leader takes 1 damage. Then he blanks that damage. Then you can take 4-ups again, over and over and over and over and over. So it's actually really, really annoying to get through them. Then you kill off the leader, and then in the next turn, your Vrain on a 2+ just brings the leader and maybe some others back again. They're so annoying to get rid of. Your Vrain is a powerhouse. I really, really love this unit. Now moving over to the shooting side, we have 2 Wraith Lords. Now I know that these are Wraith Seers, but with GW kind of fading some of the Forge units out of the game, I'm using my Wraith Seers as Wraith Lords. They also just look much cooler, right? So each one has 2 Bright Lancers and then the Flamers on their wrists as well. Very good for killing chaff and very, very good for killing tanks and things. They have their melee attacks as well. Now hitting on 4s is pretty bad. They do often miss every single shot, and it is a huge difference between 3s and 4s. You definitely notice the drop in damage that they have hitting on 4s instead of 3s, but they do get the job done. And more importantly, they are the only way that I can get additional fate dice in my army. So they actually are good at executing units, getting units really low and then killing them with Wraith Lords gives you all that delicious extra fate dice, which is really, really nice. I love that. Makes this list even stronger. We have a single unit of Rangers. They're just to block other infiltrating units. They have the reactive move. They're really, really cheap. Very, very good unit for getting up early in the middle of the board. And they can also make sure that your Wave Serpents can scout 7 so that no one else can put an infiltrating unit in front of your Wave Serpents to block your scout move. Really, really good piece of technology. Then we also have 3 Falcons. Now each Falcon has a Bright Lance, a Pulse Laser, and a Shuriken Cannon on the bottom as well. Just lots and lots of shots. They each carry a melee unit. So we have 2 units of Banshees, very cheap, very fast, moving 8. They drop 3, they can advance and charge. You can auto 6 their advance, then you can fate dice their charge. Oh, they're just so fast. Really, really nice. They chop up Marines like crazy. They're not super, super strong, but because you get the reroll wounds coming out of a Falcon with fire support, man, they chew through some stuff pretty dang quickly. Then we also have a Death Jester. He also gets the fire support rule coming out of the Falcon as well. So he has the Fate's Messenger enhancement. That means that he will have the ability to roll 3 dice for his shots. You can naturally roll 1 6, then you can reroll 1 hoping for another 6, then you can turn 1 to a 6, and you can also fate 1 to a 6. So he can have loads and loads of different ways to get his extra 9 shots with sustained 3, and then you can just reroll all your wounds with dev wounds coming out of the Falcon. He's a really good piece of technology to just get rid of something with like 2-up saves or something really tough that doesn't have any mortal wound resistance. The last unit we have is a unit of Quins, and they are with the Vizark. Now, I don't see a lot of people running the Vizark. He is a little bit expensive at 90 points, but honestly, precision, sustained 2, +1 to win from the Quins, rerolling wounds from the Falcon that they get out of because fire support means that he has 5 attacks, hitting on 2s, rerolling a hit, sustained 2, and then wounding a lot of things, especially infantry, even if you're hitting like, I don't know, let's say you're hitting a unit of Terminators. They're toughness 5, your strength 5, 4s to wound becomes 3s to wound, re-rolling. He's AP 4 and he's precision. He is really good at killing little character blobs and character units. He slices through Marines like they're butter. He's just so nice for killing chaff and things like that. And the Quins have a lot of attacks as well. So generally what I do is I put this Falcon in deep strike, I rapid ingress it later, and then I just charge with these and annihilate something. And that's my whole list. All up, it is 10 Bright Lancers, but remember, we also have fusion pistols, we also have a Wraith Cannon, and we also have 4 blasters as well. So there's a lot of firepower. Lots and lots of chaff killing with things like rifles, banshees, Quins. It's very much good at killing pretty much anything. It has lots and lots of damage, moves very fast, and I think it's just a really well-rounded list. I love it. So let's go to the tournament, see how we go, and then check back. So here we are in round 1, and we get onto a game I had against Matthew. Now Matthew was playing T-Suns, and I think that Matthew was a local to the game store, didn't play too many games of 40k, was, you know, a 40k player, but not like super duper practiced. Like I'm normally used to gaming against other people who are you know, very practiced, like competitive players and state players and things like that. And because this was only a small tournament, we played like a pretty fun game. I was really nervous about versing Magnus, because I pretty much always lose against T-Suns, because Magnus is like unkillable, especially seeing as it's a really hard matchup for Eldar and a really hard matchup for Demons, which are like my 2 major factions. We were playing outside in the hallway. There was like a 1 extra table. We were lucky to get on this little table in the hallway at the top of this shopping center, which was really cool. It had like a nice little view to it. It was very warm though, but yeah, it was a good fun time. I think eventually I finally kind of got the edge on the T-Suns and managed to just outgun them, so to speak, so that the only thing left was Magnus. And Magnus did put in some work to kill a lot of my army, but on turn 4 I finally killed Magnus, which meant that on turn 5 he had a unit of rubrics and I had like 1200 points of my army left. Now the annoying part here was we actually ran out of time. And because this was Jake's first tournament, he was really trying to run like a tight ship. Fair play to him. He ran like a really good tournament, but it was a bit annoying because it meant that I couldn't talk out my score with my opponent, and I lost an extra 27 points that I could have had on the final round. So I mean, realistically, it was 50-33, but it would have actually been 77-33, which is still like, I think that's a pretty low score, as I should be trying to like really push and try and get higher scores, and I was quite conservative in this game, and I don't know, I think I've made a few mistakes that I could improve on. So it was a really fun time. I just wish it wasn't so rushed right at the end. Now this is game 2. Game 2, I played against the lovely Michael. Michael and I think he could tell from the very beginning. He kind of knew a little bit about me, and Jake told him who I was and that I do YouTube and I play like 5 games a week. And from that point, I think that Michael was kind of like, okay, well, I know where this is going, which is sad, because, you know, you never want to verse someone that's going to go, okay, well, if I'm going to lose, I'm just play for a bit of time and then see what happens. But it was a lovely person, lovely game that I played against Michael, but I think that we both knew where it was going. On turn 1, he kind of put his stuff out in the open, which meant that I could just move on my first turn because I went first, and I shot a lot of stuff. And just, yeah, I really just got the edge early. Michael did roll a billion 4-up saves on his Tyrannofex in cover. I just kept shooting at it, hoping it would die, and he just kept making saves. So that kept him alive for a little bit longer. But this was a pretty gruesome win, to be honest. We were playing Terraform, so it meant there was, 94-54. Now moving on to the last game, this was the very interesting one. I knew that this would happen. I had to play against, there he is, Taylor. Now this is the captain of Team New South Wales. So if you haven't heard recently, I got onto Team New South Wales. So this is me versing the captain, and he was playing GSC. Now this board looks really empty here to begin with, because he had a lot of his stuff off the table. Now I went first, and I really played aggressive. Put everything on the board. I like fully scouted 7 with all my wave serpents right up into mid-table, and then I went as aggressive as I could. Taylor was unsure if this was the right thing to do, but ultimately I think it was. I just made 3 massive errors during this game, one of which was knowing that he could remove his unit if I shot at them, and then I would fail my charge, for example. I knew he could do that, and then I forgot and I shot it anyway and it vanished, which was awful. And then some other mistakes with like getting OC and stuff on the objectives meant that I just basically gave Taylor an extra like 20 points. So we also ran out of time. We got to the bottom of like turn 3, which meant that we had to talk out our game a lot. And it was going to be quite close. So basically Taylor and I decided on a tie, which meant that I got 3rd place at the tournament. Now, because I made these mistakes, I actually think Taylor probably would have won. But if I didn't make these mistakes over the course of the game, and I had more time and wasn't so time, pressured, I actually think I would have won. And I'm guessing the score would have been something like 95 to me, to maybe like a 60. It was some big swings that I let slip straight through my fingers, and I would have won this game, which is saying a lot for this Corsair list against GSC right now, because they are really, really good, and Taylor is a really good player. So I'm quite happy with that result. I mean, technically, I went 3-0 at this event, but you could also say, no, it was a tie. So all in all, really good event, really well run by Jake, and I got 3rd place at the end there, and I had a great time. It was awesome. Okay, so how do we go? Well, we had 3 wins, technically, but also not technically. The last game was a bit of an iffy one. We were short on time. With the event being so casual, the first 2 players I versed were a little bit more on the casual side. I didn't get to finish my game in the first round, and then in the second round, we kind of just spoke it out from turn 3 anyway, as I said. So I don't know. I need to do a lot more testing with this list to see how it goes, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. It's very well rounded. It has a lot of tools, a lot of tricks to just, kill anything, really. I think that my one problem is I don't have enough units that can get to the enemy deployment zone very fast. I'd love to have something in here like mandrakes to have uppy downy, and I could make Yvrain my warlord and then just add in the mandrakes as well. But what would I take out? I don't really know. I really like having the 2 wave serpents with the 2 units of 5 guys on each side of the board, and then having Yvrain just run up through the middle. I like having banshees on either side of the board, and then having the death jester just kind of go wherever he wants. I like having a wraith lord on each side of the board, and then I kind of just have the quins and deep strike. So really it's like 2 flanks, and on each flank you got a serpent with 10 corsairs in it, a wraith lord, a unit of banshees, and a falcon, and then the middle is kind of just Yvrain's unit and rangers. They can kind of just go wherever they want as well. It's really fast. So I don't know if I would take anything out for anything else. I thought about putting maybe Reapers or Avengers inside the Falcons instead, but I like having the threat of melee, and the Banshees just move so damn fast. They're really good at reaching out to something that is in a corner and then just slicing it in half. I love that about them. Now, if you've enjoyed this video and you like what you saw here, then please like and subscribe. It's free, you may as well. I don't know why you wouldn't. It just helps me out in making more videos for you as well. And if you really enjoy the content that I put out here, please become a member on YouTube or a patron. We also have Patreon as well. And we have coaching services on both platforms. We also have our Discord free to join. We have commission painting services as well. This was all painted by me, not the commission painter, my lovely partner Adela. So if you want to go check out her work as well, it's all in the description down below. And thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out and bye.